If you can see, it says casino right there. That's it. I am, I don't know. No, this is Three Rivers Stadium is the name of one of the stadiums. There are a lot of rivers, a lot of bridges. I gotta cross that bridge, get into the parking garage, but I'm almost there. Alright, no wild goose chase today. Entrance I use poker room is directly over there on the right. Gonna go get a seat. If I finish before dark, interesting place I want to try to find afterwards. Okay, here's a picture of the poker room sign. Right around the corner is the entrance. There was a tournament going on in the back of the room. Was not there, unfortunately, when registration ended and the prize pool went up. Wanted to see what first place got and how many entries they got. But that is a big tournament, $340. I think the big one during the week at Aria in Vegas is $240. I think it's $120 most of the week and then $240 on the weekends. This was a big one for $340. Also took a picture of the plaque while I was waiting for a seat. Interesting here at the bottom, $3 minimum bet. That usually just, I've never seen that on a plaque before. That goes without saying. If the big blind is 3, then you cannot bet 1 or 2. But it says it on the plaque. Took a picture of the chairs. There you have wheels, and they adjust up and down, comfortable chairs. While I was waiting for a seat, just took a picture to my left, and this was the tournament tables, and also took a picture to my right, the cash tables. Just wanted to show how much space there was. On Bravo, it says 30 table room. I don't know if it's 30 exactly, or 30 something. I didn't count, but a lot of space and a lot of tables. And just wanted to show you a picture of the chips. A lot of them have slightly different Pittsburgh Penguin chips. Also a Mario Lemieux charity poker tournament chip I saw, in addition to some like 50th anniversary and Chinese New Year chips. But there you go, pictures from inside the room. Alright, hope you enjoyed the pictures. This is awesome. If you see a flashing light in the back, the fire alarms went off. No one's ever too concerned when that happens in a casino. The great thing is the music is not playing, so there are slot machine noises but no music, so no copyright issues, so I can film here. It's freezing outside. A few more things in addition to the pictures. One is that only $100 bills. Okay, cash doesn't play, but even if you're buying chips at the table, if you sat with like 300 and you're down to like 200, you can only rebuy or add on at the table with $100 bills. Not a huge fan of that. The thinking is it saves time, because a dealer will never ask for a fill with anything but hundreds. This saves time. Well, a guy put a bunch of 20s on the table and we stopped the game, and the dealer asked everyone else at the table, does anyone have hundreds? Because that guy can't buy in with 20s, seeing if there's someone who would trade with this guy 20s for hundreds, and then he could buy in with hundreds. So it still slowed the game down. Also, this guy's option, if no one had hundreds or no one was willing to trade with him, is to walk over to the cage. Then he misses hands. On his walk back, we might pause the game, ask him if he wants to post, ask him if he wants to be dealt in. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Also, what a lot of people do, sometimes they just don't rebuy. Like this guy sat with 300, I think, and he was down to like 80, and he decided to add on 200 more. He might just play with that 80, and it prevents more money from coming onto the table. So that's one thing. There was a sign right behind the table I was playing. The biggest bad beat jackpot in U.S. history. It was $1,200,000. So that's cool. I didn't know that. I know it gets huge sometimes in the playground in Canada, and also in Detroit. I've heard a lot of people talk about how big it gets in Detroit. Didn't know that the record was here in Pittsburgh, $1.2 million. And what else is on my list over here? Oh, this is the room where I once had a 6-high straight flush and lost it in some kind of a high hand promo with about 30 seconds left. There was no timer on the high hand clock, so I knew there was like about 30 seconds left, but I didn't know. And then someone yelled out high hand and someone hit a king high straight flush. I don't even know what we were playing for. I think you went up to like a board and like picked a tile and turned it over, and I don't even know what the options were for you to win. So I didn't care that much, but that happened here. Also didn't get a picture of it, but the waitress, a lot like in Washington, in Hollywood Casino at the Meadows in Washington, Pennsylvania, the waitress has a drink cart. It's a little different. In Washington, it was like what's on a plane. There are bottles of liquor, there are cans of soda, so whatever you ask for, the waitress needs to make. It takes a little time. Here, it's a lot of pre-made stuff. There are carts with 2 or 3 levels, and a lot is pre-made. There's coffee in containers. She has to like pour it into the cup, but the bottles of water are just on like that middle layer. Also, a lot of juices and sodas will be ready. There will just be a lot of paper cups on the cart, like 5 to 10 with Coke, 5 to 10 with Diet Coke, 5 to 10 with Sprite, 5 to 10 with orange juice, etc. So everything is ready, and the players love it because you get like 3 drinks in an instant, like 2 bottles of water and a soda in an instant, and the waitress must love it because for that you're probably getting more than $1 tip, which you might get if you need to wait. So yeah, the casino loses out on a lot of drinks. A lot more drinks get given away and consumed, but great for the players, also great for the waitress. And this is, in addition to me enjoying playing here, if you're thinking of being a dealer, this is one of the good cities outside Vegas because there's a lot of hours here, a lot of tables. A 6th table just opened in addition to the tournament that's running, and there's still a lot of names on the list. So if you were going to live in Pittsburgh and want to be a poker dealer, I would deal here at Rivers. And then if you also like playing, you could drive about a half hour south to Washington to play. You could drive about 45 minutes east to Greensburg, and you could also play. And I'm taking up slot machines from people who want to play, so I'm going to get out of here. Found it. This is what I was looking for. Why was I looking for this? If you're very astute, you notice some numbers over there. This wall was the outfield wall at Forbes Field. Forbes Field is where the Pirates played a long time ago. They kept part of the stadium, pretty much just this section of outfield wall, and it's now just a brick wall on campus at it's the grad school. Yeah, you just saw the sign. Grad school here at Pittsburgh. And here's the sign to explain everything. Pause the video and read it if you want, but yeah, Bill Mazeroski it's right there, the 1960 World Series, hit the walk-off Game 7 home run. I didn't know until today that Ruth/3 home runs also happened here at Forbes Field. But yeah, this is really cool. I knew about it, never been here. Mom's gonna be thrilled when I send pictures back. And here's the wall. Also, if I can find the Posvar Hall building, which I guess should be over there, in the lobby is home plate from that Game 7 of the 1960 World Series. So I want to find that, and then nothing really else to do. But this is really cool. Forbes Field, outfield wall. All right, I found Posvar Hall. I was very close to it. Here's the thing. That fence, that outfield wall, there are people studying. That outfield wall is actually where the outfield wall was. Home plate is very close to where the home plate actually was. So it's like 400 feet this direction from the wall. And then that's those are my bearings right now. And I can talk a little louder. There were people studying. It's the right direction. I don't think it's very, I think it's kind of unassuming, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, I found it. It's in the floor. They kept it, I thought it was close to where it was, so I was expecting it to be like on a podium or something. It's in the ground, so this is like where, I don't think exactly, but very close to where it was, and they kept it in the floor. So here it is. This is home plate. Okay, so that's the home plate from the final game, which was 10 years after Bill Mazeroski hit that game-winning, that World Series winning home run, but still really cool. And here, this picture is from when Mazeroski hit it. All right, glad I found it. Really cool. Day's kind of over for me. You know what's interesting? I was thinking of doing something because I made 2 days on this road trip in Pittsburgh on purpose so it's not so hectic. I had 2 days here to only play 3 rooms. I didn't have much to do today. I thought about going to the aquarium, thought about going to a movie, thought about walking around campus at Duquesne or Pitt. I'm here. it's freezing out. So I decided not to do any of those things and just have like an easy day of just playing at rivers. And then thought of this at the last second, forgot about it, thought of this, and this is awesome. And remember, rice is a spoon food.